Righto, the Nutrien Equine online spring sale. They always like having names. Joanne O'Brien, firstly, welcome.
Hi, thank you, Paul.
Must give this sale a bit of a promotion. It starts on September 3 at 10 a.m. and concludes on September 6. So I'm pretty sure that's next weekend. It starts on the Friday, finishes on the Monday at 6 o'clock. Now, how these work, a lot of people aren't aware. So basically at 6 o'clock, they start commencing the end of the sale. But every time someone has a bid on a particular horse, the sale will commence again for another 30 seconds. So, Joe, you may not have seen it and how it works. It's a little bit different. People are getting better at it. I like it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for me because I'll actually stream it live. So I'll actually be going live, and I enjoy it and understand it a little bit better. But people must be aware that if there's a bid on number 7 and you're waiting on number 4, you don't miss out. You can see once the horses get past, the reason being is once the horses get past someone's limit, they've still got an option of being able to purchase one of the other ones. They don't have to worry about the limit and that. So it's very, very good. I enjoy it. Go to nutrienequine.com.au, hit the standardbred section, then go to the auctions plus section. You'll get the full rundown of all the horses. Joanne, you have 2 mares in this sale, which is one, firstly, welcome to Nutrien, and congratulations on having 2 mares in this sale.
Well, thank you very much, Paul. I must admit, I didn't even know about these sales till a friend recently told me, so it's all new to me as well.
It's actually good, and it's really great timing for mares, especially. You were saying to me off air that you've got quite a few horses, and you have to start moving them on. We probably all get a little bit lazy through winter. We don't really look out in the paddock too much. We don't realise what we have, and then once spring comes and you start thinking about service fees, so
Yes.
The timing is really key, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I've got 3 horses ready to go back into work, and I kind of had a look and I thought I've either got to sell one of those or perhaps move one of the mares. I've got fillies out of mini bonus in the paddock as well that I'd like to breed from, and I thought I've got to go one way or the other. So I thought I'll have a go at selling a couple of these mares because I'm not really doing them justice at the moment. I've been only breeding every now and again. One of them in Canis Rainbow, I've only bred a couple of foals out of her. Mini bonus I've been breeding to, but I'd love to see somebody get these mares and take them to a good stallion as well. Keep breeding on. Whereas I've got that many young mares as well coming on that I need to try. That these mares aren't going to get in foal every year. So
We'll highlight both mares. We'll start with Mini Bonus. She, of course, is by Umbro Operative, out of Gold Bonus. And so we're going back to the Ron Pocock family, and I'm from Bendigo. So when you hear that bonus name, there's only one person you sort of align it with is Ron Pocock. Before you go on with your association with her, like Gold Bonus herself was a terrific mare. She only won the 3 from 9. I think she broke down from memory, but she's left a couple of very nice ones. Just waiting for my computer to roll over. When technology just wants to leave you alone and just let you down that little bit. Of Star Bonus was a horse. I was pretty sure it was the winner of 38 races, $480,000, as well as the horses like Greek Bonus and the likes. Plus, as we said, they've all gone on and bred plenty of those left winners, including Mini Bonus, who you're offering up in this spring sale for Nutrien.
Yes, correct.
Mini Bonus, her progeny, she's had 8 foals of racing age. 7 of those have made the races, 4 of those have won, including Sarah Bonus. And I have a video of Sarah Bonus winning her last start back in 2019. Cool and Calm. Frank's a Legend is another horse that I do have a video of. We'll get on to Frank in a section. And Me is the winner of 5 as well. So, lightly produced mare, if you like, but better than 50% foals to winners.
Oh, definitely. And with every brood mare, there's always some hard luck stories.
Absolutely.
And, I won't bore you with these, but we've had legs in fences and things like that as well. So if you have a look at almost all her mini foals that are old enough to race have got to the races. The only one that hasn't is due to come back into work after cutting her legs quite badly, which these paddock injuries happen. So, no, she's done a good job.
Yeah, that's the Rathapan filly that's unnamed. And you said the shadow play, there's some nice little wraps on the shadow play at the minute.
Definitely. you know, everybody says they've bred the nicest one. You know, you'll see them and they go, oh, I've really bred a nice one this year. And I mean, I'm another one saying that, but yeah, I think he's one of the nicest horses I've bred. I bred a really nice one called Black Comet years ago. He was very nice. But, you know, this bloke just looks better. He's a natural. I seen him after being broken in on his second prep, just rolling around the track like he should have been going to races, you know. The times he was doing just on his second prep, we just had to turn him out because you could have went and, you know, taken him to try and trial him and qualify him, but he's not old enough, so we've just tucked him away. He'll come back into work in about 3 weeks, but he looks very, very nice.
We talk about Ron Pocock. That was Ronnie Pocock. They get up and get going early. They were always ready to go. How did you come to acquire this little mare, Mini Bonus?
Well, look, growing up, my parents were great friends of Ron and Norma's, so I grew up watching their horses race. Then later on, and I'd always go and stay at holidays. I'd stay there and help run around the stable a little bit, go out. Norma would always, you know, give us royal treatment when you stayed there. Later on, with the ex-husband, we started racing horses, and you know, we used to buy, you know, cheap horses, get them going, and we had a good one called Computer Code, and we actually raced him against Ron's good Gold Chair, who won a couple of size finals, I think, in a race, and ran second to him. And there was Voight, Whirly Dream, really good horses in that race, and I went up to Ron after and said, oh, well, you know, how honoured I was to run second to his horse, but I just love to get one day. And if you ever had one, he'd sell me to ring me. So after that, I actually raced a horse with Ron. He sent a few to us to train that weren't quite good enough for Melbourne. And then he rang me up one day and said, Joe, look, you still want to breed one, you're doing things wrong. You've got to race 2-year-olds and you've got to stop buying all these second-rate things from other people and breed your own. And he said, I'll sell you Minnie if you want to buy her. So that's how I got Minnie.
It's a fair endorsement from a horseman like Ron Pocock when he rings up and says, "You'll buy this horse." It's one of those you sit up and and listen, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Yes.
Yeah.
It was no, should I, would I? It was just okay. I'll come up on the weekend.
Yeah, it's one of the it's the great things about social media is we're able to capture so many people now in the industry, but there's so little captured about a man like Ron Pocock, and there'll be a lot of younger generation that wouldn't be aware of some of his exploits. I was fortunate enough to train horses at Bendigo Track when he was training the horses, and a wealth of knowledge, not just a good trainer, but he was always happy to share it if you asked for it. He wouldn't tell you what you were doing wrong, but if you asked him, he'd generally tell you what you were doing wrong.
Yeah, and look, he was ahead of the times.
Yep.
When I look back, because even his breed goes back to a horse called R-Page that going back, probably in the 70s, I think. Like, he went over to New Zealand and he brought New Zealand mares then. He worked for a bloke called McNeese, I think it was,
yep.
And they went over way back then and got into New Zealand breed, and his training methods were probably a bit ahead of the times then as well, because he would sprint them up. All his horses have got speed. If they didn't have speed over a short distance, he'd put the clock on them. He wouldn't even bother with them. They had to be able to run the speed, and as he bred on, I think that's a big thing in his breed, that they've all got speed.
Yep.
And they're all pretty naturally gated, but
White with the red checks. They were feared colours, especially in 2-year-olds and especially in unraced 2-year-old races. That's for sure. People stood up and gave good respect. The other mare that you have in this sale, which commences on the 3rd of September at 10 a.m, is Countess Rainbow, lot number 4. She's actually had 4 foals as well for 2 runners for 2 winners. Watch Your Poison and Colour Our Day. Now, I don't have any video footage of this horse, but he won 6 in a row at one stage, or 7 in a row, I think it might have been. And no, that's the wrong horse. Sorry, forget that. But Colour Our Day won 8, and one of those was a Vic Bred Super Series heat at Shepparton. I went to get the video footage, and unfortunately, it's not good enough for me to put up here. But it was a very good win and a very nice field, and he actually made the sires final of that season. Yes. No, he was a really nice horse. I remember that night too, because I had a punt on him and happened to win. And at big odds, so I was quite happy. But that mare I actually got through Ron as well. He seen Colour Our Day when he was being broken in and just gated up. And he rang me up and said, look, a mate of his had this horse. He said he could get it for me. He said there's a great breeding back there with Purple Para. Now we can see Smoky Quartz. A lot of good horses have come out of that breed. He said, I think Colour Our Day will definitely be handy, which he was. Unfortunately, I haven't given a good enough go. I've only bred the 2
horses out of her. She's in foal. Both of these mares are both in foal. Just due to having too many horses, probably too many horses, not enough time, not enough money to probably all of those things, to breed more. Because once you breed them, you've also got to break them in, get them trained and everything else. But she's a very nice doing mare, leaves beautiful foals. Hard luck case with Mammal's Joy, she went really well. I sold her at the APG. She was a beautiful looking mare, but unfortunately had an injury. So she hasn't really been given a chance, but there's a lot of great breeding behind her. And she's from 4 foals, 2 to the races. Mammal's Joy should have got to the races. Cage and Rose, I don't know the story on her. I bought the mare after that one.
Yep. You said they're both in foal. Who is Countess Rainbow in foal to?
They're both in foal to Guaranteed.
Yep.
So I've done a bit of a Ron theory. Ron told me, before he died, something I was doing wrong was breeding for the sales and what clicky people thought. You go into the commercial things, you're not looking at their breeding well enough, and once you lose them at the sales, he said you're not giving them the best chance because anyone can get them. I remember him telling me. So when I've started racing them for myself, which I have been the last few years, I've started to look at what breed I think will cross well. For example, Minnie, the nice shadow play colt I've got that looks magnificent. I was never really interested in shadow play, so I had a look and seen how well he was crossing with the Amber Alfred mares and with that bloodline, and I went, oh no, I think I better go to him. And he wouldn't have been a sire I probably would have picked otherwise, and I'm just wrapped in that colt. But that colt's really nice. So with Guaranteed, I had a look, and you've got I know he's an Australian breed, which I thought about time I tried one, but the breeding with him is magnificent too. Champion race mare in Jetta Rose, Arts Place. So I thought, I know it's early days, but I'd be surprised if he doesn't leave a good one.
Now, I'm going to get in trouble because I didn't do any research on this because you threw me under the bus when you said about the Guaranteed part. Mark Thompson, obviously, who raced Guaranteed, also very good mates with Ron Pocock, also has his family.
Yes.
I believe one of the Guaranteeds that was won will be very closely related to Mini Bonus. I'll get people to go and check that one up.
I'm pretty sure it is,
Yeah, so I think that cross, you talk about crosses at work, I think that cross has already worked. And I'll stand to be corrected, but he has got one that's had 1, 2 or 3 races this early on in the season, and I believe that is the one. Someone might turn around and say I'm wrong. I don't want to be totally wrong, but I do know Mark Thompson, Mark and Sue Thompson have actually bred one to that family. So it is definitely another proven cross that way. That's for sure, Joanne. Yeah. Both mares are offered up. Both are on the auction. Will they have a reserve on them?
Yeah, they will have a reserve.
Yep, that's fine. And you're excited about it? You're looking forward to?
I'm a bit nervous actually. Because I did toss up quite hard what to do here. And when a friend said this auction was on, I was telling him, well, I've either got to sell one of the racehorses, a couple of racehorses, or the brood mares. I can't go both ways this year. So I kind of thought, well, look, I'll pop them in. If they meet the reserve, well, I'll keep the racehorses. And if they don't meet the reserve, well, I'll definitely keep them. I'm not giving them away. And if that's the case, I'll probably maybe move one of the racehorses on and get them in foal again.
Yep.
So, get another packful.
It's an addictive sport. Your camera just died on me there for a second, but you're right, it'll come back. Don't stress. Everyone gets used to that. I was just very quickly trying to see if I could find that horse. Another horse that is related to this family actually is Briello's Pass, of course, with Miss Athens and the likes, and he's a great little horse for Mark Watson. I think it's very, very sought after couple of horses here, especially Mini Bonus, lot number 7, and also lot 4, Countess Rainbow. Joe, thank you very much for joining me. Good luck. Hopefully everything goes to plan. It's exciting times. And as I said, you can tune into Campbell's comments and watch it live from probably about 5:45. I'll go. Last time I thought I'll start about half an hour earlier. I think I was on air for an hour and a half. We'll go a bit earlier this time, a bit later, and go from there. But good luck and fingers crossed.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Don't forget also to go to the Nutrien Equine website.com.au to view it. Go to the spring sale, click on the Auctions Plus, please, and all the lots are there. There is 56 lots in total, ranging from weanlings to broodmares, a couple of older horses as well. So please make sure you visit nutrienequine.com.au. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks a lot. Bye.